Welcome to Gary's Community Corner. I am Dead Loner, and I'm going to talk to you about old school gaming versus modern gaming. I grew up with the older games, like Super Mario Brothers, Asteroids, and what else was there? Like Bubble Bobble and original Tetris for the Nintendo. So to me, gaming isn't about the whole graphics crap, it's just what makes a game is the gameplay, hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's always about the gameplay, which is what modern games seem to forget, is that they try to make the graphics look all nice, and they try to add features that aren't even really features, like, look, the water moves independently from everything else. Like, how is that a feature? That's just a background aspect. No one gives a shit. Like, really? And that's where modern gaming seems to mess up a lot, is they always try to focus too much on the graphics or the physics. They don't focus enough on the gameplay, which is why the older games still stand up to today, up to today's standards. Hell, they go beyond today's standards because they were meant to be played, not ogled at, For me, it's always been about the gameplay. The gameplay is the most important part, like, the older games, the arcade-style games, were so much more fun to play because all you had was the gameplay. Like, there was no trying to tell a deep story or trying to make movie the video game, You just had a controller, some buttons, you jumped, you stomped on things, and you got a high score. It was simple. It was simple, to the point, and it was fun. Now you gotta fucking have these complicated things that don't pertain to anything about gameplay. Like, look, his pants move. Who gives a shit? I'm trying to play the game, not ogle some dude's pants. Like, I mean, if that's your thing, whatever, But I'm trying to have fun playing a video game, not stare at a video game that could have just as easily been made into a movie, Like, a lot of these friggin' game devs, they want to make movies. They don't want to make games. They want to make movies. And it's like, if you want to make a friggin' movie, go to Hollywood or New York, wherever, and make a fucking movie. Don't sit around wasting my time with making, like, a game that has nothing but cutscenes, okay? Don't sit there with cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, because I'm going to lose my fucking mind if I have to fucking sit through more cutscenes. Like, that's kind of where they went wrong on the whole Metal Gear Solid crap, is that the first Metal Gear Solid was pretty decent, like, there was a balance between cutscene and, or between, like, cinematics and gameplay. There was a balance. But then the second one came around, and they started losing the balance and adding more cutscenes, and then the third one came around, and they completely botched the whole balance completely. And then the fourth one came around, and then it was movie the video game, But that's just one example. And fucking Call of Duty, man. Where do I start with Call of Duty? Ooh. It's the exact same game, people. Get over it. The only thing that's different is the guns. They're either more advanced or less advanced. That's all it's ever been. The last time there was a change to anything Call of Duty related was when the third one came out. And then the fourth one came out, and they just added more online features. That was it. And it's the same game every fucking time. The campaign story may be slightly different, but it's still, you're jumping into a war, guns a-blazing, whatever. It's the same fucking game, people. Get over it. Where the hell was I? Yeah, gameplay. I don't know, There's got to be a balance. Like Devil May Cry had a perfect balance between graphics and gameplay. Like the gameplay, the graphics weren't stunning or anything, but they were decent. And then the gameplay was fantastic. Like that was a perfect balance between gameplay and graphics. Because usually how it goes is you either have good graphics and shitty gameplay, or good gameplay and shitty graphics. It's usually how it goes because no one can ever seem to figure out how to balance it out, except Capcom. Capcom is pretty good at balancing graphics with gameplay. And for some reason no one else followed that formula. I don't understand why. And by formula I mean like the balance between gameplay and graphics. But even so, like I don't get modern gaming, basically. The games are like way too short. Like they're not even difficult. Like you can blast through a modern game in like a day if you have the time. I mean, you have children nowadays beating games. Like they probably beat like 10 games in 2 days. That's how easy the games are these days. It's ridiculous. Like there's no challenge. And then they try adding like difficulty settings that amp the challenge, or are supposed to make it challenging, but it's not really challenging, it's just fucking impossible. You got balance, people. You gotta have balance. That's what was so great about the older games, like Asteroids, you know? That got challenging the more and more you played it. Sinistar, that game is flippin' impossible. Holy crap. You gotta collect bomb fragments, or not bomb fragments, you gotta collect pieces to build bombs so that you can destroy the Sinistar. And it's like, that game is fun, and it's a little creepy because of the voiceover that they have for it. Every time I hear the Sinistar voice go off, it's like, oh god, here we go. I don't know, I guess basically the point of this is you gotta find that balance. You gotta find that balance between gameplay and graphics. Because without it, your game is just crap. I'm the Dead Loner. I have presented you with some points, I think. Or I just went on a tangent that pertained to nothing.